Good day, everybody. This is the Modeling Hermit coming at you from the Hermit's Den, also known as my workbench. We are at this time working on MPC's 1972 Chevrolet Racers Wedge pickup kit. We're building it as the Racers Wedge version. And that will be going with AMT's 1962 Chevrolet Bel Air two-door hardtop kit as a dirt track stock car. I should mention that I am making some changes. Let's bring that back up. I want to show you something first. Is that this kit is set up for tandem axle. And it has some rather anemic tires that go with it. I'm swapping out the tires for a wide oval. I think I showed you this the other day, but I think I told you about it and then held it way down here where you can see it. So anyway, I'm swapping it out for some wide oval tires that are a little bit bigger, taller, and thicker. I think will look better on this kit. The big change that I'm making is that, as you can see, this is a tandem axle on there. I am swapping that out and making that into a single axle on the side panels already. I have actually grafted in a piece of plastic into that, blended that in. I have on it designed where I will be removing some plastic for the wheel cutout. I'm not doing that yet until I've actually got the chassis and everything built. Everything else built, so I know exactly where this is going to line up, because I don't want my tire sitting here with the opening here or the tire here with the opening here. So we're going to hold off on putting the opening in, cutting that opening out, until I'm sure exactly where everything is going to line up. I have already gone ahead and done the chassis. There was a rear end that sat about right there. And then it was supposed to have this background here. We're running the tandem axle. Well, we're just running the single axle, so I've cut this rear end off. And I dropped in a filler piece to replace that. And the problem that I ran into was that I had this great big hole here where the axle was supposed to go to. I put in a couple splicer pieces, just glued those on for temporary, like that. I glued those on and let that settle up good so it was good and strong. And then I cut out the rear end unit. And I just, like I said, I just cut the rear end itself out. And then I took the splicer piece and I filled that in. I did cut off the exhaust that came out over here. I cut that off, just leaving that there. And now you can see that both sides, that's where the filler piece is at. I put in a short piece of plastic for drive shaft there, a piece of rod for drive shaft. And that's about all I'm going to do with that part there. I did, where the rear end set there, I put in a splicer piece right here, a couple of pieces of splicer. And I used for that Evergreen scale models number 156 .60 by 125. I just put those in as splicer pieces to hold that, strengthen that up there a little bit. That's all I've done with that. That's how I'm addressing the issue. I should, smooth everything in and put some filler in and all that kind of stuff and build my exhaust coming out. But what I'm going to do with this, the only reason I did it this way here is that I could not stand having this rear end unit to nowhere. That would not have any wheels or anything. It's just going to look very odd. So I got that out of there and put this in. This is good enough to suit me for what I'm doing. It's going to be a shelf model that nobody's going to see that underneath anyway. And if they do, at least they see this. And I'm going to paint everything flat black. The exhaust, instead of painting it aluminum and steel, I'm going to just leave everything flat black and just let it disappear. That's all I'm going to do with that. This side here, I'm not even going to worry about sanding that out. That's not going to hurt anything there. So this is a good strong bond that I have on that. So for anybody that's thinking about trying to do that, that's how I did it. I can't say that that's it definitely would not win any prizes at a contest. As a matter of fact, I'd probably get kicked out of a contest. If it was me, I'd kick it out anyway. But anyway, that is how I address the issue of the tandem axle. And then I'll be putting a set of duals on that, dual axle on that. And that's how I'm going to be addressing that. Well, actually back here, I guess. Now, I may have to, because of limitations, I may actually have to cut some of that axle out of there. We'll have to see when the time comes. Putting that onto a metal axle to help to rectify that situation. So there you have an update on how I am addressing the tandem axle to single axle situation on this model. And until next time, this is the Modeling Hermit, and I am off the air, and I am gone.